So this is our newest custom polar bear. I don't have him on there because this is not set up to trees, it's set up on my turtle dog stands. And he's got a blue continuous loop on this cinch buckle up here and a gray one on that end. And he's got matching carabiners, blue on the head end and a gray on the foot end. Just some little subtle custom thing that makes a difference. And speaking of something subtle, let me show you this real quick before I get recording. So this starts out with a blue continuous loop, and then it goes down to a blue ridge line till you get into the middle, and then it switches to gray right there. So this is the first time we've ever done this, but my wife came up with this idea, and it's Brummel locked and everything, so it won't come undone. And then from there, the ridge line continues on down to a gray continuous loop on this side. So like the rest of the polar bears and also our grizzly, it's got the toggles on the net up here, and that way if you want to, you could take the net and roll it out of the way. So now it's open, like if you're trying to get your stuff situated in there, get your pillow, top cover, sleeping bag, whatever situated, you got room to do that. And that loud squeaking noise is my wife being very quiet. But so and it works the same way on the other side. It's got a toggle over here on this side, so you can roll up that side too, and get them out of the way. Get them both out of the way if it's a nice day with a breeze. There's not many bugs or anything. You just want to get the net out of your way. And it has, we're trying to come up with a name for this system, and so far, thinking maybe Ursa. We have the Cub, which is a netless hammock, a Grizzly, which looks pretty much like this, and then the Polar Bear. It's got the top cover on it, and they've all got this system here with these D-rings on there, and then also has the carabiners. And we're kind of thinking of, because it helps to hold the underquilt up a little bit higher at the head and foot end, and you could also clip stuff on here, like when you're camping. A lot of jackets have a little loop in the back. You can just clip that up there, let your jacket hang up there, a food bag, just anything at all that you want to. And there's going to be more attachments we are going to be selling that will clip onto these also. But right now we're thinking it's the Ursa. Ursa is Latin for bear, and thinking underquilt. I can't remember what it was now. The underquilt retention and stuff attachment. It's the best I came up with now. Underquilt retention and stuff attachment. You can just clip on anything on there you want to. But they do work really well with really tightening up the underquilt at the head and foot end to keep them air gaps out, and also, just a lot of just random things you might want to hang up there and get out of the way. And there's same thing on both sides, on both ends. This hammock has the underquilt hooks, and it's got pull-outs. Of course, I can't do the pull-outs in here on the concrete floor, but it's got a pull-out here and here on both sides with a shock cord, and that way it gives a little bit of flex if you bump it or whatever. And on the inside of it, it's got different attachments, little triangle rings they'll be there. They're there for whatever you want to use them for, but they're also there for different accessories. We're going to be making for those 3 bear hammocks: the cub, the grizzly, and the polar bear. So now I'm going to fold this down, lower the net down, and put on the top cover. I've got the top cover right here. I've still got to make the stuff sack for this, but I was trying to get a video filmed because I'm running out of time. So this is the winter cover. It's made with argon 67, and I'll get this buttoned up and show you this. Okay, so the head end on this hammock is blue, and the head end on this top cover has our tag on it. It's right here. So our tag's right here. It's got a cam snap up top, and then some down along the sides. Same thing on the other side. Okay, so we haven't started selling the polar bear yet, which is what this is. It's a custom version of it. He picked the colors and everything. So we haven't started selling the polar bear yet, but this is the second version of the top cover. The one we had before came on up and attached with a mitten hook to some elastic on both ends, and we're just trying different variations of it. This has a little less failure points for in the future. I mean, you had the mitten hooks and the elastic and all that kind of stuff on either end, which should last a really long time, but that's just one more thing that could fail. So trying to reduce any fail points, or as many fail points as I can in the future. So with this top cover, you can see some gaps right here on each end. That's to, on both sides, that's to allow a little bit of venting for the condensation and stuff. Same thing along here with the sides, the bottom along to here and up on the side. It allows a little bit of airflow and helps out with the condensation and stuff. And when you get in it, this will lower down a little bit more to allow a little bit more airflow. Not as much as the previous version of this, but it still does allow some airflow. And it has the loops on here that match the loops on the bug net. And this top cover is snapped to the bug net right now. So that whenever you move the bug net, the top cover is attached to it. And you can roll it up just like the bug net before. You can roll that up and stick it on these loops. Same thing, you can do both sides just like the top cover I showed you before. I mean, just like the bug net. So now this also has, if you unsnap it, you can roll it up, and it's got a separate set of toggles and stuff to go up here, so you can roll up the top cover and get it out of the way and just have the bug net open. Or you can just roll up one side if you got a strong wind going for the other side. You can just roll up one side, you can roll up both sides, however you want to do it. And The venting options on this version of the top cover, just like the previous version, they you can unsnap this and snap it up here. Now you've got this whole corner open. You could do this on both sides, and you could do it down at the foot end too. That's one way to allow for some extra ventilation if you need it. Helps with the condensation and all that kind of stuff too. Another way to do it is you could take this and now you've got this whole area. This particular one is a foot end, but it does it at the head end too. So like if your head was here, you got a lot more airflow and get rid of a lot of that condensation and stuff. And you could do that at the head and foot end if you wanted, or just one end. So it has a lot of different venting options. The same options as the previous version. It's just made slightly different up on the peaks. That's it for this hammock. It's going to be going down to Georgia, so we'll see how it does down there. A little bit warmer winters than we have up here. We haven't started selling the Polar Bear yet. I'm still working out some of the little details to kind of fine tune it. But I've let a couple people buy them so they can try them and help me out with the input on making sure they work right. And you know, refining any of the little details, but that's it for this thing. Oh, and I did blue. The hammock is blue, so I did gray thread on the hammock, and then I have blue thread up on the gray top cover to kind of tie it all in together. And like I said, he's got the 4 shock cords. He's got the gray and blue carabiners. And I've got to make the stuff sack for the top cover. But that's it. Hope when it gets down there to Georgia you like it and get plenty of use out of it. I tried to get this done before a camp out he had going this past weekend at Thanksgiving, but didn't get done in time. So hopefully there's a lot more camping this thing we'll see. That's what it was designed for. So hopefully there's good use out of it. So that's it. Hope you enjoy it. I'm going to go finish making your stuff sacks and get this in the mail to you.